All right, what's up, guys? I know it's been a long time since I uploaded. A lot of things have been happening. I've been trying to get my daily driver situation figured out because that went haywire. But I got that figured out now. Traded a car that I had for the Blazer here now, so this is just gonna kind of be what I use to tow and everything. But as you can tell, I'm not in my really small garage anymore. I'm actually in a insulated workshop. And this is my buddy Mason right here. He's really into Hondas and building cars just like me, so he's going to be part of the channel. It's pretty much going to be me and him. This is obviously not going to be sitting in the shop. This is just, I just got it parked in here because I just unloaded my toolbox and everything because I had to get that up here. So I think next week or the week after that, I'm going to be getting the Integra up here as well. I'm going to use this to tow it. I just got to wait till payday so I can rent a car hauler, and I'm going to get that up here. For now, we just got Mason's hatch in the shop. It's sitting here, just kind of doing nothing. I'll have Mason kind of talk about the hatch and what his plans are for it.
Boys, this is my 96 Honda Civic hatchback. This car has been taken apart before I've got it and gone through so many weird things. It's lowered on apparently Integra racing shocks, pretty sick. It's got this weird valve on the fuel, if you guys know what that is. Drop a comment. We got the fuel pressure right there, give it a little wiggle.
Yeah, we just found this, when we were looking through it just now, we found that this is definitely not a stock fuel line.
Definitely not.
We're not at all sure why you would have this on we're not even sure if it's exactly stock at this point because there's so many little weird things that it has. It's got this fuel line with the fuel pressure gauge on the rail, and it's got like this fat cold air intake on it, so it's kind of weird to have in a stock Civic, but I'll kind of let Mason take it away from here because that's all I know.
Yeah, the guy said it was gone through. It has a, it's a DX. It has a CX dash in it, has a cruise control button and everything. The sunroof button obviously doesn't have either of them.
No sunroof, but it has a sunroof button, so it's a dash swap pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much the full swap. They didn't do the rear. They took the whole car apart. There's been rust repair on it.
The rust repair is sadly becoming rusty again, so that's a situation to be figured out in the future, but it is bubbling and everything, so.
Yeah, I picked it up on the low, so, Wisconsin. Definitely not a winter beater, not good in the snow, but, she got her up here, Can't wait to get this thing torn apart, see what's going on in here, if it's the stock Y7 or not. I have no clue, so.
Yeah, it is a manual swap Civic, actually. That's why we're not sure why the dash was swapped, but the cluster's obviously been changed out. And Mason was seeing a couple stray wires from the engine harness just hanging around in here. And I was thinking, we were thinking it's probably due to the fact that it's manual swaps. There's probably a couple wires that weren't used if it's the original engine harness. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but that was the idea that came into mind for me.
Oh yeah, and one last thing, boys, we got the this car's been taken apart, but we got them stock drum brakes still back there. Still, I don't know how well they work. It does stop, but
it runs, drives, and stops, so.
Yeah.
But we're thinking, I kind of came up with this idea because obviously the silver rusty Integra that I pulled all my parts out of for the shell, I was kind of thinking right before I'm done pulling parts off of that, and if I send it to the junkyard or wherever else it's going, I was probably going to give the rear suspension components to Mason, like the knuckle and all that, so he can just do a disc brake conversion. So, because obviously once I'm done pulling the parts off the silver Integra, I don't really have a use for it. It's probably just going to go to a junkyard because it is pretty damn rusty. So he can probably just have those knuckles and convert his rear brakes to disc brakes instead of having the drums, because we all know that drums are not ideal whatsoever.
How fast this thing is going to be going, hopefully, we definitely want to be able to stop,
So I guess I'll touch on the shop a little bit. Me and Mason, we were both kind of thinking we really needed to get out of our garages where we had our cars and get our cars a proper environment to work in where there's a lot of space. Obviously, it's fully insulated all the way around. We just got to get our own heater. But even without a heater right now, it is pretty cold outside. It's about 20 degrees or so. And even without a heater, it is definitely comfortable enough to work in, I would say. Especially when you get wrenching and stuff and you're getting all warm, I'd definitely say that this alone is good enough. But when it gets super cold, like sub-zero temperatures, definitely going to want a heater. So, but it holds heat, that's for damn sure. So, I mean, not going to be putting away any of my tools tonight. I just kind of got my toolbox unloaded, and they pulled everything out before I moved it, obviously. So next time I come up here, I got to get all my tools put away. But yeah, we were looking on Facebook Marketplace and stuff, and just looking all around for workshop spaces that we could rent out, and we found this one for a very affordable monthly price. It's about 40 minutes away from where we both live, but I mean, I'll kind of stand back here and give a general idea. You can definitely comfortably fit 2 cars with plenty of headroom over here and up front if we decided to move the cars back a little bit farther, which I probably will personally, just so I have enough room to comfortably work on the front end of the car. But future plans for the workshop, I know we're just renting it, but the landlord himself isn't really super strict. You know, he's just kind of got basic rules like be nice to your neighbors and don't destroy the place, and you'll be fine. So we're kind of thinking about making our own loft. I'm personally not super skilled with woodwork, but I know Mason's probably better with that. And, you know, we both have parents that are good at woodworking, so I'm sure we could build like a nice loft just for the back of the shop, you know, for if we ever want to, if we're working late into the night and we get too tired to drive home, because it is a pretty long drive, we could just crash here. And there's a gas station right around the corner, a few minutes away, that we could go to if we need food and use the bathroom and stuff. So it does kind of suck. There's no plumbing, but, you know, it's definitely a worthy sacrifice, I think, because working in that tiny garage, I'm sure everybody could tell in the videos, is really just a crappy situation. And Mason, on the other hand, it was he's living with his parents right now, so if his dad ever needs the garage, you know, he's got to get it out. So the garage wasn't even his 100% of the time, so we both decided to chip in. We're both really excited to build our cars. Mason's eventually getting his toolbox in here as well. He actually just picked up a toolbox tonight. But we decided to just drop it off at his house instead, because we weren't able to get both in one trip anyway, because mine actually barely even fit in there. So we will be getting his up here eventually. He got a hell of a steal on one for like $50, and it's actually in really good condition. So that'll be pretty much sitting at his corner. I got mine over here. This is just a little shot from the outside of the shop. Obviously it's really dark outside right now, but yeah, it's got a really good garage door opening, and you can definitely see how comfortable it is to fit 2 cars in there, so I'm really excited for that. Yeah, I think that concludes today's video. Again, I apologize for the big wait, even though I know there's only like less than 100 people watching my videos right now anyway, but I still want to apologize to the few that are. And again, you know, welcome Mason to the channel. It's going to be really cool to have a partner to build with and stuff. You know, we're both going in on this together. We're both going to be building our race cars and stuff, so that'll be really cool. And hopefully the Blazer can tow my shell up here. Hoping I can catch it on a day where it's not too snowy, so I don't have to worry about sliding around and stuff. So I'll have to catch a day with good weather where I can tow it up here, but I think I should be okay. And with that being said, I'll see everyone in the next video, and hopefully the next video I'll have the shell up here. Peace out.